My cabin in the backpackers inn got only two of us. 6 people can stay, but not many people. Quiet. It's been like this for a while. Anyway, the topic is, do you know time is our invention of humans? I thought that was quite good. When I thought about it, I wanted to know how I got there. I was diving. I came out of the water after 2 hours or so of diving, and I was watching the ocean, blue-colored ocean, and the horizon. I thought about the ocean near Okinawa, beautiful. Different time, but the experience was similar. Maybe that's how I came up with that idea. Time is our invention. You don't have to worry about it. If time is something so important, there's life and death, when to be born, when to be dying, when to go to school, get married, have a kid, have some disease, come out of it or not coming out of it. You forget things, you remember things. All this event happens, and we can put the timeline, what happened. I've done that, especially when I went to the States with the idea of starting a business. One after the other, different event helped each other to get things moving. So timing was important. Is it because of my age now? Maybe I'm just summarizing my life, or related to Zen and awakening, or enlightenment, if you want to call it. When you have that sense, time stops its meaning. That's unthinkable. I remember talking with what's his name? I forgot his name. Japanese Shin Buddhist. He mentioned that I don't feel time passing. And I was a little puzzled at the time, didn't think much about it. He and I talk as if we are in a lucid dream or something. And toward the end of our meeting, this happened in Osaka when I had the business, when I was working with a private equity. He came from Hiroshima to see me, and he said something like, "After all, there's nothing," and we laughed. I don't know why we laughed. I think I know it, because it's like a profound idea that may not fit to the conventional way of we use our brain. And so is this one. Time is our invention. And we have the logic. If you meet the timing, it's good. If you didn't, like Apple support people, they promised to meet me and they failed to show up 3-4 times. And I waited at times like 2 hours. They don't call me. They said that they'll record this discussion, and I said, I'll do the same. And they said, no, if you do that, I cannot move forward. So I gave up. That's their game. They want me to play. It doesn't sound like they are listening to the customers. They are telling what they do. It's like a top-down. And I just follow. If not, they don't even apologize that they didn't show up. So timing, maybe that's part of this or exercise about time. I can be influenced by it, or I can say, okay, that's the happening, accept it, and move on. So, whatever the case is, as well as the time I had just a while ago at the beach, it was like in heaven, and there was no time. It also points what I said. You can go back to the eternal home where there is the sense of peace, appreciation of life, everything as it is, as if melting into the nature. So if we are one with the nature, the laws of the universe, that's absolute, nothing more, nothing to do with human invention of what time is and what that can constrain us or break the promise and upset or let go. We humans learn how to use time not to be used. It was Joshu, very famous Zen Master, who said something like, people are used by time, I use time. Actual translation is, people are used by 12 hours, I use 12 hours. But the meaning is the same. He is not to be used by the time or certain societies' protocol that may push us to do this, do that, and if you don't, then what happens? The world is full of those conventions to meet the timing, the promise, or break the promise. We can be graduated from being a human or quit to be a human. It's the same as going back to the Garden of Eden. But I think it's more than that, because once we have the sense of we are not to be dictated by the time, we can graduate, we can go beyond, then there's peace, whatever happens. Don't to be consumed by the human invention of this and that. There's a way. Maybe you want to not to be so confined. But for the society as a whole, time, promise can make a huge difference for us to appreciate our talent, not breaking the promise. So let's be sincere and truthful. We can have a way of not to be used by the time or the brain, but use the brain. That's right, that's what I wrote in my third book, Results from the Heart. Use the brain not to be used. Listen to the heart and live with mission. May all beings be happy. Appreciate your life And may we graduate from being a human, go beyond to open up this potential, utilizing all the talent and potentials we've got. That's a challenge for us. It's a meaningful challenge to punch through, or just go through, or just be and be happy. If there's a will, there's a will. Let's move forward. Time is our invention. We can use the time and the mind. Thank you.